Here we are. Draw Along time, everybody. It's Thursday, episode number 2 of the Draw Along show for this week, and I'm glad you're all here with me, joining me from all over the world to do some fun, easy, relaxing, all ages, all skill levels, all diets, and all religious preferences. I don't know. Drawing together. Basically, everybody's welcome, so come and draw. No pressure here, no judgment. This is not that kind of show, okay? It's not a competition. We draw together, we have fun together. It's about 25 minutes. Everybody goes about their business and whatever. It's a nice relaxing break, or so I've heard. Anyway, hope you're all doing well out there. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, I'm following the chat over on behance.net/Adobe Live or be.net/Adobe Live. That's where you want to go if you want to join the chat, interact with me, have a little conversazione, talk about some things, see what's going on. Let's say hi to some folks. Afroha, how you doing? Christoire, nice to see you. And Anne and Laura. And Mercurial is here as well. And I see Vanessa, hello. And Sam, hey Sam, what's going on? And Bliss is here as well. Folks are just piling in. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for joining me, and glad you're here. Remember, for this show, we do a step-by-step drawing at the beginning of the show. It's about 10 minutes long. Today's might be a little longer. I'd say maybe 11 to 12 minutes, only because it's a little more complex. This drawing is something that, hey, McCorn, what's up? Hey, Fabio. This is a drawing that we're doing as a special request by an audience member, and I think that person is going to be very excited and very happy, and I know they're watching, so hopefully it's going to go well. And then we're going to do a little art vocabulary, okay? That's going to be a fun one. And then we're going to follow it at the end with the old animal and activity game, where you can suggest for me an animal doing something funny, strange, weird, bizarre, unexpected, and I will draw it for you at the last little part. It doesn't have to be an animal. Sometimes, people suggest things like monsters or whatever, and that's fun too. Okay, so got a little art joke for you. So Salvador, let's start that over again, because I have to say the guy's name correctly. And take 2. Salvador Dali walks into a fish and orders a pint of bowling ball. The bartender says, "Why the red bicycle, Captain Nemo?" Oh my gosh. Are they ever going to get better, folks? Maybe not. Okay, time to draw. So, grab yourself something to draw with. Pen, pencil, marker, crayon, or a nice katana sword that you have found in a cave that some poor samurai lost in battle, and you can draw with that. Put a little ketchup on it. To do these drawings, you have to be able to do 3 simple things, and those of you who have been here before know what they are. They are a straight line, a zigzag, and a curvilinear line. Okay, if you can do these things, you can draw along, and you can do these things. I know you can. And so we shall begin today with a straight line that goes like so, okay? That is a nice, short, horizontal straight line. We're going to follow it up with a couple of short lines that go like this. 1, 2, 3. See that? Now, they don't have to look exactly like what I drew there. You could throw a little extra one in there if you want, but it's basically just lines that kind of go in this little direction like that. Okay, maybe you could just do 3 simple ones, 1, 2, 3. You could do little zigzags like that if you like. This is not a big deal. Don't worry about it, okay? Look at the length of this first line here. Check that out. Imagine you're taking that line, and from here, you're swinging it down this way, right? Swinging it down, all right? Like the hand of a clock moving from 3 o'clock down to 6 o'clock. So we're taking that length, and we're just now thinking about it as a vertical, okay? And I want you to just creep down a hair longer and make yourself a little target I like to do that with a little dot. And see how it's kind of lining up with the edge right here, or the end of that first line rather, straight on down, about like that. And what we're going to do is from here, we're going to draw a slightly curved line into that. So, boom, 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 like so. So you can see that the length of that line when compared to this, okay, if I were to drop from here down, is about the same distance, all right? Maybe slightly longer. All right, this is what we call comparative measurement, and it's a trick that artists have been using forever. Let's see. Any good reactions from my awful joke? Hey, Mercurial, you like the dolly joke? They're so surreal. I agree with you. Well done. Hey, RB, thanks for joining us. Nice to see you as well. Okay, from here, we are going to do a very long curvilinear line. All right, it's going to come down this way. So imagine you're following this sort of rhythm right here. We're going to come down, and we're going to stop about here. So again, I might give myself a little target. Okay, that's always a good thing. And what I like to think about is from here, if I were to just draw out horizontally, okay, I'm moving this out horizontal, okay? So from here, kind of level with that line, and I'm just gonna drop down a little bit from that and make a little mark right there. So that's what we're doing, from here to there, slightly beneath where this line stopped. There's that comparative measuring again, okay? And here comes my curvilinear line. It's just gonna curve and connect, like so. See that? Hope that works for you. And from here, we're just going to drop down straight like that. So curve, drop it down. All right, now from here, I want you to creep down to right about there. Okay, right about there. And we're going to do another curvilinear line. Okay, and it's going to come to about halfway through our very first line that we drew. Check it out, like so. Okay, curve and hit that mark. And from here we drop down to just a bit above this line here, like so. See there, it's almost the same length, but not quite. All right, if you want to make it a little longer, you can, doesn't matter. I like to keep this one a little longer though, like so, okay? Okay, now what we want to do is we want to do another curvilinear line that's going to connect us back to here. All right, we don't want to make it too thin. We want to drop it down a ways and then curve. Watch. Drop it down and curve like so. So you see that shape that we've created right there? Try and match that shape. And here, from this tiny little spot right here, right, where we changed into what's mostly a right angle, okay, we're going to pop up a little bit like that. And then we're going to draw another curvilinear line to connect to that corner. Okay, if it's easier for you to draw from this side, you can do this and connect. That works too. And then right here, okay, inside this line to the right, we're going to come over a little ways and we're going to do this circle and a dot. Haha. Does anybody recognize the head of this animal? Does anybody in the audience who's watching right now recognize the head of this animal? Steven does. But I know someone who's been asking for this a long time. I'm going to make this a little longer. See that? Make that a little longer right there. Alrighty. Now, we are going to move this up so we got some room. We're going to pop out to about here with another curvilinear line. Pop out and drop, like so. Ah, Umacorn, you are correct. This one's for you. All right, now we're going to drop down from here. This is going to be a straight line. I want you to look at how much area I've covered here. Okay, and I want you to imagine that you're taking the distance from this point to this point, and you're going to draw that again. Okay, so like that. This point to that point, right? Now don't draw this, I'm just showing you what I mean by the distance, okay? So this right here, if I were to swing it on down, okay, that's what I mean. All this comparative measurement really, really helps you with your drawing, I'm telling you, gang. This is just such a good trick to learn. All right, now, see this, this back of the bill here, okay? I want you to drop down from there, okay? And come about a little less than halfway down this entire distance from here to here. So about to here, okay? And I'm gonna creep inside right there. Make a little dot if you want to. And you're gonna bring that down and curve to connect to there, okay? Hope that makes sense. Give it a little bump, all right? And inside here, we're gonna do this. Just draw a few lines, could be 3 or 4, doesn't matter, okay? Draw some lines like that. Now, on top of these lines, we're gonna do a little bump, a little bump, a little bump, and a little bump. Some nice little details that we're adding right there, okay? And on top of those, we just go uno, y dos, y tres, y cuatro. See that? All right? So these are the shapes that we're making in there for a little bit of detail. Now here, underneath the bill, okay, I want you to come all the way back and line it up with this corner right here. Drop straight down from here, drop straight down, and we do this. We go bump, okay, that's a curvilinear line, and another bump, okay, and then straight on down. Okay, I know you guys can do that. So bump, bump, straight on down. Now next to here, we're just gonna do a few more of these bumpy bumps, all right? And now I want you to imagine that we're moving diagonally like this. Okay, we're moving diagonally. And so I'm gonna draw more of these lines here. They're gonna be a little shorter though. And I'm gonna move them diagonally in this direction. See how we have them moving in this back down and to the left, okay? So I draw a few of those, and when I get to about halfway to where the wing is, okay, I'm gonna make them longer. So watch this, long. And now next to it, I'm gonna do another one. It's gonna be even longer. I'm going to draw a line the same length as that other one. And now over here, I just draw one the same length as the first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that kind of takes care of that tail area for our shoe bill, okay? Now, are you ready for the legs? Gonna keep it really simple, gang. All right, come on back this way. And about here, okay, and again, this is a little to the right of where this spot is. Okay, so about here. We're just gonna draw a line that's nice and long to about there, okay? Next to it, give a little space between here and here, about halfway. We're gonna do it again, only this time, I'm gonna draw it even slightly longer. Check it out. Slightly longer, see that? Cool, cool, cool. Okay, now from here, we're just going to draw a line across. Notice how it's longer on the right side of the leg, shorter in the back. Same over here. And you just go 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And there is your ridiculous looking shoe bill. Absolutely zany looking animal. Long time request from Umacorn there for the animal and activity. I finally looked it up and tried to reduce it to a very simplified version of the animal, and hope you all enjoy that. Okay, that is our you draw it. Okay, Alessandro asks, how do you draw without a sketch? How do I draw without a sketch? Well, I'm keeping simple shapes. Of course, I practice these before the show so everybody knows what they're doing. There you go. Okay, Umacorn, you're so welcome. RB says now you get no more requests. I'm sorry, but that's true. That's just how it goes. So it is time for the art vocabulary for today. Let's take a look at some art vocab, okay, folks? Today we're talking about value. And our first example of this is a nice, incredible little print here by Whistler, James McNeill Whistler. What is value, folks? Value describes the relative lightness and darkness of colors in a composition. White is the highest value, and pure black is the lowest. Artists use a range of values to create an illusion of the natural world. So why don't we look at how Whistler has done that in this beautiful example. So we have a sense of depth, we have a sense of there being a foreground, a middle ground, and a background, all done with just darks and lights. This is a monochromatic image. The silhouette painted back here of the town, of the city, of, I'm assuming London here. I'm assuming this is the Thames since he was English. Is just represented by this series of simple shapes as a silhouette, right? And then the darker shapes right here are enough to suggest what? Because of these highlights, these little white highlights here, we get the sense that we have a dock of some kind or some kind of a harbor area, and you're seeing a white light here, a space, and then a white light underneath that's longer. So this is immediately creating the impression of reflections in the water. So we're getting a clear idea of like where the shoreline is, or at least where the water connects to some man-made structure there that has some lights. Now we get a little lighter as we come in here, and so that's doing a really great job of reflecting the values of the sky above. And we get a little darker, and then we have this nice dark shape here of our figure with the boat, and then a reflection of that in the water. So really quite a masterful use of values, darks and lights. Okay, and that's everything in between black and white, right? So lots of grayscale stuff, gray values in there rather, to achieve that. So beautiful, you know, when you are getting to that stage in your art where you're thinking about these things, it's really great to have some good examples of people who are using tricks with value to create that sense of depth or dimension. Okay, why don't we look at another really beautiful example? This one is by Georges Seurat, the French Impressionist artist. And you can see here that the scale of values in this area, okay, when I say the scale, I mean the range rather. The range of values here is quite limited. Okay, we're going from some dark medium darks to some darker medium darks, but not much else. But there's enough there for me to see that eye right there and a little bit of light on the cheek. But when you compare the values over here to the values here and here in the detail of the top of the dress, there's a lot more contrast. So what we're seeing is masterful use of darks and lights to create the illusion of 3 dimensions. I want you to look at the head and just squint and look at it. When you squint and look at that, you're going to really feel the roundness of the head right here, right? From this side of the head all the way to this side, like an egg. You know that shading exercise you do in art school for drawing an egg and trying to get all those values right? All the halftones, all the highlights, right? And the shadow, etc. Really hard to do that so smoothly and so beautifully. He does a great job of that. Excuse me. Yeah, and just a couple of highlights on the fingers there. It's all you need to figure out what's going on. So beautiful use of values here. So when you get to that point in your drawing where you playing around with line and understanding shape and all that, you also want to start to play around with value and understand how to use value in an effective way. Value. That is our art vocab for today. V-A-L-U-E. Okay. It is time for the animal and activity game, where of course you're going to suggest for me an animal doing something. Oops, sorry about that. You know what that is. That's the alarm for Appreciation Station. And today we are appreciating our friend Anne. Anne, are you there? Thanks for watching the show, Anne. You might remember this time that it was the first time we time traveled in your parents' time machine. Since then we've done it a bunch of times, but it was the first time we were using it. We both agreed the first thing we should do is travel back to Florence in the Renaissance. Great time to be there. Ran into a guy in the street named Mick, and he said he was going to try and make some sculptures, had some nice commissions, but no good ideas for what to make. And you were joking around, and you said, wouldn't it be funny to just have some guy holding a slingshot? I think that'd make a great sculpture. We all laughed and laughed about it. What a ridiculous subject. And then we were on our merry way to Venice, and then I can't remember where we went after that. But love time traveling with you. But isn't that funny? Because, who would have guessed that your random little suggestion there, which is really an off-the-cuff kind of jokey comment, could have led to somebody making, literally, the most recognized sculpture in the Western world. Very nice. So, Anne, we appreciate your sense of humor, and thanks for making that suggestion. Certainly was a nice sculpture that good old Mick made. And anyway, yeah, it's all fascinating, isn't it? Time to draw. Animal and activity. I need some suggestions for you, please, in the chat. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, I can't read what you're writing. I'm so sorry. I'm reading the chat over on be.net/Adobe Live. So do please head over there and give us a little suggestion for what you want to see me draw at the end of the show here. In the past, we've done such nice things as a surfing monkey. We've done a bat singing opera. We've done a alligator on a pogo stick just yesterday, in fact. And now we are going to do something completely different. So I'm gonna grab my light blue color to sketch with. Voila, that looks lovely. Let's see what we have today from all these creative people in the Draw Along audience. We have a rabbit pulling a human out of a hat. Wow, I like the reversal there. Mercurial, that's fun. Laura says a koala playing piano. Oh, a piano playing koala. Afroha, another musical suggestion, an owl playing ukulele. Tina Marie says a giraffe skateboarding. Oof, that would be awkward, wouldn't it? Chris says Bigfoot backpacking. I like that one. RB, a stork playing Pan's flute. All these musical suggestions. I've never drawn, Chris, I've never drawn Bigfoot. Let's draw Bigfoot. That's fun. All right, Bigfoot. Let's see, Bigfoot. So I'm gonna make him look like this. Give him a little. I think I'll give him a little goatee. That's kind of fun. And he's gonna do some backpacking. That's what we're doing here. All right. So we'll put this backpack. Give him one of those really big backpacks that you see people doing the serious stuff with, the serious campers and whatnot, right? Actually, I kind of want to do this. I want to get his nose higher, like this. And I want to do this. I want to maybe make him smile. That's funnier. Maybe he's got sunglasses on. You can make all these decisions when you're sketching, you know? Ba-bum, ba-bum. Don't call him Bigfoot for nothing. There are those big feet. Gotta give him 5 toes, not 4. I messed up on that other foot. There we go. Okay, I'll shrink that down. And let's grab a darker color and reduce the opacity of that sketch just a hair. And let's go for it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And get that arm and that hand right there. Racing the clock. Am I gonna make it? I think so. Just get those other fingers there. And I think we are good to go. What do you think, gang? Do we make it? Ta-da! We've done it again. That was fun. Bigfoot. I like those like 80s shorts, you know, they're short 80s shorts. That's always funny to me. Someone's wearing those. There you go. Bigfoot. Backpacking / hiking, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember to be kind. Watch my masterclass tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I will say ciao for